Hey guys, I wanted to go live for a minute, but only because I have so much makeup on. I put a lot of makeup. I didn't actually put makeup on. A makeup artist put all this makeup on my face, and I thought, man, this is going to be a huge waste if I don't document this somehow, like in a video or something. Anyway, I recorded for the Republican National Convention today. And so, anywho, that's why I have all this on. That's why my hair's done and everything. Because this is not how I usually look in the days of the coronavirus. So anyway, I recorded today, and I have a quick 5-minute talk at the RNC, and I hope I did everyone proud. Oh, so I'm in like my Cinderella pajamas with all this makeup on. That's how I'm doing things right now. So anyway, it was good. I mean, it was, I felt like a big, I felt this burden to do a really good job because, here I am. I'm picked to sort of be your speaker for the pro-life movement and for these babies. So I think I did a good job. Amanda, my friend who's with me, she said that when I got done, the guy, like one of the guys behind the camera was like, what did he say? He was like, whoa, or something.
Yeah, that was an interesting story.
He was like, that was an interesting story. So, yeah, I think it's going to be good. I was talking to this reporter today, and the reporter says, I didn't get the feeling he was like pro-life or whatever. But anyway, he says, he says, why? Because he asked me like what I was going to talk about. And I said, well, I said, I'm going to talk about abortion, like what happens during abortion and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, well, I mean, sorry, but that just sort of sounds gross. And I was like, if it's so gross, then maybe we shouldn't be doing it 1,000,000 times a year. Like, if you can't even hear about it, like if me just very vaguely talking about it and not even giving you any sort of detail in our conversation makes you say, oh, that sounds gross, like maybe you should rethink what abortion really is, right? Like, anyway. So, anyway, it's done, and I hope I did everyone proud, and yeah, I'm sort of ready to take the makeup off, but I never put makeup on anymore, so definitely not this much makeup on, like, ever. So I never fix my hair anymore. So I just felt like we should commemorate this in some way. So I thought, I'll do it on my YouTube channel. So anyway, I don't really have anything extra special to say. DC is like super dead. There's like nothing going on. There's nobody at this hotel. I think we're the only people staying here. No, I'm kidding. There's other people, but it's so dead around here. It's so weird. All of the plane, there was not a lot of people on the plane. I don't know, it's hit or miss with the plane. Sometimes there's a ton of people on the plane, and sometimes there's like nobody. The airports are, there's nothing open on the, let me tell you something. If you're going to the airport and you're like, oh, I'm just going to grab some food at the airport. No, you're not. You're not going to grab any food. You've got to grab food before you go to the airport, because there's very slim pickings at the airport for food. There's hardly any food available at the airport. Almost all the restaurants are closed. Like, almost all the fast food places are closed. You can pick up like a bag of nuts or something, but there's hardly any places open. So don't count on getting food at the airport. I mean, I thought Amanda and I were gonna like wither away to nothing the other day because we could not find a place to eat in the airport. Like, it's very, very hard to find food nowadays in the airport. They don't want to feed you. And they don't give you, like, any good snacks on the planes anymore. You know, they give you, like, crap snacks. And you don't get your choice of drink unless you're in first class. And even on Delta, even in first class on Delta, you don't get a choice of drink. So, I don't know. I'm done with all of this Corona stuff. Like, I wish we could just... You remember how we used to have chickenpox parties, like, in the 80s? You know? Everybody just got in a room, like, you know, at that... I mean, you know, it was like, oh, you know, Janie has chickenpox, so... girls, everybody's gonna have a sleepover at Janie's house tonight. You know, everybody just got the chicken pox, and you dealt with it, and you scratched, and it was terrible. And some of us got really bad scars from it, and some of us didn't. You know, and I sort of wish that was happening. Like, can we just all go around like licking on each other or something, and just everybody just sort of get this over with? Because I'm done with it. Like, I'm done with it. There was a guy today on our airplane that looked like he was wearing a full, like, welding mask on his head. I mean, it was overkill, for sure. I feel like 2020 has been just the year of overkill. So, and that's definitely the way it is when you travel, for show. So, anyway, but my kids did go back to school. I'm so sorry, Kimberly, you're having to deal with all this as a teacher. My kids went back to school, and they went back to school in person with no mask. So I am thrilled. I am thrilled to have them out of the house. It was the longest summer break ever. And I have 8 of them, so don't even judge me for saying I was ready to get them to get out of the house. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Oh, I have a podcast that first episode will be out on Friday. I mean, no, it's not. First episode is going to be out on Wednesday. So, as far as I know, my RNC speech is supposed to air on Tuesday night. That's what I've been told. I don't know that that's final, but they think that it's going to air on Tuesday night. And then my first podcast episode called Politely Rude is going to air on Wednesday. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to have super fun guests. Maybe some, like, you know, controversial guests. It's gonna be really fun. So, Politely Rude is gonna be it's nice and southern, right? I'm Southern. I'm Texan, so I thought that was a nice Southern name. So, I almost went with Bless Your Hearts, but we ended up going with Politely Rude. So, because that's what my husband always says, that I'm politely rude. So we thought we'd go with that. So. Anyway, so speech is over with. That is checked off. So now we just wait for it to air. And yeah, so everybody, where can you find this speech? So I think it's going to be sort of all over. Like, they're going to be, I think some channels are, airing it live. I think, you know, like Fox and MSNBC, like, place like C-SPAN is airing it live, I think. And then ABC, CBS, NBC, all of those. I think some of them are airing it live, and then I think some of them are having like nightly recaps or something for a couple hours afterwards. So anyway, so yeah, but I think like as it gets closer, you'll be able to sort of see, you know, who's showing it live, who's giving good recaps, things like that. So, and I'll post some of that on my pages Oh, you're talking about the podcast. I'll post some of that about the RNC on my pages. The podcast is going to be all over. So we're going to do, we are going to do a YouTube. We're going to do some video from the podcast. So we will have some of that, on there. But Kimberly, you're just going to have to wait on the speech. Okay, Missy, I'm not going to tell you what my speech was like. You're just going to have to wait and see. The podcast is going to be on iTunes. It's going to be on Spotify. It's going to be on Google Play. It's going to be on Edify, which is a really cool app. It's like a podcasting app that houses like all Christian podcasts. So it's going to be on Edify. It's going to be all over. So you'll be able to find it all over. And then we will have some video on YouTube as well. So anyway, it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm really, really excited. I'm really, really excited about the guests we have coming up. But the first episode is just going to be, it's just going to be me. And then the following episodes, we will have some really fun guests. So you won't want to miss it. So anyway, yeah, it's EDIFI is how you spell edify. So anyway, all right, guys, I am off to bed because we have to get up early for a flight, and it's going to take me probably about 35 minutes to wash this makeup off my face. So I am hoping that my platform is going to be influential in getting Trump back in office as well. So that's the prayer. So anyway, God bless you all. And now that things are starting to sort of get back into a normal routine, I'll be posting more videos and updates and commentary and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, everybody have a great night.